Hi, this very quick presentation will tell you about Anna Carr's easy way to stop smoking and how it may be relevant to you. My name's Colleen Dwyer and I was a very heavy smoker myself, and I quit smoking with this program back in 1997. The way that we see it is actually the majority of people who smoke do want to quit. Now, as a smoker, I would never have been forthcoming about that because I had a lot of worries about stopping smoking, not least because I thought I couldn't do it. But in our heart of hearts as smokers, the majority would like to stop smoking. I guess the problem is we don't know how to do it. So generally in our society, in today's society, the emphasis with regards to smoking is very much on how bad it is for the smoker. So for example, we're repeatedly told that it's expensive and unhealthy and antisocial and it's upsetting our family, and the list goes on. That's not a very helpful line to take with smokers on a number of levels, not least because being reminded of these things sort of stresses us out a bit, which can actually increase our desire to have the next cigarette. And also, you know, we kind of know this stuff already. So it's not news to us that no one's telling us stuff we don't know already. And a very overlooked aspect of a smoker's behaviour is why they do it. And I know that, like, as a smoker myself, I would have said, well, I'd have come up with every reason going. I'd have said, I like it. You know, I enjoy a drink with a cigarette. I like the social aspects of being a smoker. I like the fact that I get breaks at work. I like the fact that I'm, you know, sticking my fingers up at society and I'm doing my own thing. But really what I was trying to do, I understand now, is that they were just masking my fears of life as a non-smoker. That's really what was at the heart of my desire to have the next cigarette. I was scared. You know, I thought, what if I can't do this? What if I'm one of those people who is just going to smoke forevermore? I thought to myself, I don't even know what I'd be like as a non-smoker. I was worried about going out for a drink and not having a cigarette, or how would I cope with stress without a cigarette, and would I turn into one of those horrible, like, ex-smokers, or would I put on weight? You know, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to swap one problem for another problem. And I know that you might think that this doesn't really make sense, because surely the fear of lung cancer and heart disease should be more motivating than a fear of going out for a drink without a cigarette. But we mustn't forget the timing element here. So heart disease and lung cancer and stuff like that, that's, one, it's a fear of the future. So we haven't got it now. The next cigarette we smoke is not going to give us lung cancer. Whereas the next cigarette we don't smoke does represent to us all of our fears of living life as a non-smoker. And that's why really in our minds we're constantly sort of thinking to ourselves, well, yeah, I will quit. Obviously I am going to quit at some stage, but I'm not going to quit today. You know, because I've got too much on my plate at work, and Christmas is just around the corner, and, you know, now's not a good time. I'll just get this stuff out of the way first, and then I'll put all of my attention onto quitting smoking. But again, there's a problem there, because there's always an event at work or at home, or there's always going to be a bit of stress in our lives. And so a whole year can go by with us giving ourselves another excuse, and all the while we'll be puffing away on cigarettes. So the Anna Carr method is not about emphasising the fears of smoking. What it does is it removes the fears of stopping smoking. So we do it in a seminar setting, so it's between 10 and 20 people that you'll be with, all in the same boat, so people who are like-minded and want to quit smoking. It's just one seminar, a one-off seminar. It takes about 5 hours, and it's cognitive behavioural therapy, and there's a light relaxation exercise at the end, a bit of hypnotherapy, which again is done within the group. And we have regular cigarette breaks. So the whole way through the programme, we pause every 45 minutes or so, and most people are good with that. At the end of the seminar, they find that they'll never smoke again. Some people do need a bit of extra help, and for those people we've got further support in the form of telephone support, and also in the form of booster seminars. But most people are happy with the one seminar. So we've got lots of famous faces who are happy to recommend our seminars. I've got a little clip now to to show you.
Alan Carr has helped thousands of people to stop smoking. His method is absolutely unique, removing your dependence on cigarettes while you smoke. And I'm pleased to say that it has worked for many of my friends and my staff.
Now you quit smoking also, right?
Yeah,
Is that
for the
because of
movie.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
How hard was that? Because you used to smoke a lot.
I was a good smoker. I was so good at it. Like, I was like, man.
It's a skill,
I could
really.
have like taken, if there was like professional smoking, I bet I could have won something.
Really? Wow. Well, I'm glad you quit. You feel better?
No,
that
I
you
read
quit?
this book. I read this book by this guy, Alan Carr.
Yeah.
And it's called The Easy Way to Stop Smoking. And the great thing is while you're reading the book, you get to smoke. Like, he tells you when to light up. He's like, all right, light one now. And you're
Wait a
like,
minute,
absolutely. And you get to smoke like all the way through the book.
What's this, Philip Morris put this book out?
No, this guy's brilliant. And you get to the last page, like, all right, light your last one. You're like, I don't know if I want, like, by the time you get to the end, you're like, I don't know if I want to light it, but okay, if you say so, Alan. And then you're like, savor that last puff. You know, he's like, take the last puff now. And you're like, take the last, and you're like, that was it. And you put it out, and then you're just done.
Wow.
I haven't smoked since, like, for like a year and a half or
Well,
so.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's check this out.
Hi, my name is Ruby Wax, and I was addicted to cigarettes. In 1980, many cigarettes. I would put out one and then light another one. I think you know the syndrome. And I was desperate and really never could get off it myself, so I went to see Alan Carr. And I have to be honest, it was easy.
I quit smoking. It's been about 2 months now, and I know I'm done completely. But and you know, everybody tries. People that smoke, it's the hardest thing in the world to quit, and everybody has different things that they do. I don't understand the rubber band thing. People pull that rubber band and snap their wrists when, I don't know what that does, but I always just used to carry cigarettes in the rubber band because it's toothpicks, people chew on the toothpicks or chew gum or something like that. And some people have the the unlit cigarette, walking around just not lighting it but have a cigarette. But they're always looking for excuses, like they'll go near a barbecue and go, is that a hamburger? Oh, I didn't know it would light. What scent candle is that? Ooh. And if you're trying the patch method, that's always, here's some advice, never put the patch over your eye like a pirate. It's dangerous and insulting to real pirates. They don't like it. What I did, and if you want to quit, if you're interested in it, I read a book, seriously, it's called The Easy Way to Stop Smoking. Alan Carr wrote it, and everybody who reads the book stops. And so I stopped, and I'm so glad I quit.
We are regularly featured in the media. Journalists send along colleagues to appraise our method. Some of them come along with the sole intention of giving us a bit of a slating, and they leave us happy non-smokers. You certainly pick up a sense of how people feel happy about quitting smoking with this program rather than other methods of like stopping smoking. Our success rates after a year are shown as being over 53%, after 3 years over 51%, and to put that in context, the highest possible success rates that we can find published studies supporting are 20%. That's if you go along to your doctor and have like an intensive six-week course and some kind of pharmacological intervention alongside that as well. But the one thing that the graph doesn't show is that with our program you feel happy. You feel free. Now in my mind I would technically say someone who has quit smoking for 10 or 20 odd years but they still hanker after a cigarette, technically they're not free, are they? Because they still have a fear that they're missing out. Whereas our method is all about removing those fears. I've done some pretty fantastic things in my life, and I would certainly say that stopping smoking is right up there with them. It was life-changing. I dread to think what my life would be now if I had continued to smoke. It impacts every area of your life, so it really is life-changing. It's free. As a Vitality member, you don't actually have to pay for it. The cost is £299 per person, so that's what people who aren't Vitality members pay. I suppose that equates to like 6 weeks worth of smoking if someone was on 20 a day. But for you, that fee is fully subsidised by Vitality. So it's an incredible offer. We have clinics throughout the UK, so chances are it's going to be very close to you. Also a concern that a lot of people have is, am I ready? Have I got the willpower? Am I motivated enough to quit smoking? You don't have to worry about any of that. You don't even have to want to quit. This isn't about willpower. This is about removing fears, not trying to make you strong enough to overcome them. It's about getting rid of them completely, which is what makes our program so easy. You also get cash back as a Vitality member. So after you quit smoking for a year, then they start paying you back. So you get that cash into your account. So I don't know, it's not a massive amount. I don't know what the current fee is, but I mean, it's a meal out. So it'd be not to be sniffed at. So there you go, those are the benefits. The other thing just to bear in mind is that we don't use drugs, so don't worry about any medication that you might be on for other conditions. This is open to everyone. It's a completely natural process. We don't scare you, we're not interested in patronising you or telling you stuff that you already know. It's instant, so it's only one half-day seminar, and it's got the highest success rates. If you are thinking about stopping smoking, I would wholeheartedly recommend that you do go along with a program that gives you the very best success rates, because it does take a lot of courage to set yourself up for stopping smoking. If that attempt isn't successful, it can really knock you down, and it might take another year, for you to gather up your the momentum again to give stopping smoking another go. So I would suggest go with the thing that's going to give you the very best or highest chance of success. And the other very important thing is it's easy. So the question is, are you going to give it a bash? Are you going to make this the year that you quit smoking? I very much hope so. Thanks very much.